That's a song.
What song? Because you just started recording. Baby. That was for my son. What is wrong with you? This is Rob in a nutshell. Gives me something and then takes it back. It's not true. He's actually very generous. With his dick.
Rawr!
We should put it in my drink and see how much No, it takes a long time for these things.
It says
96 hours or something?
96 hours.
Yeah.
You can still bring that fucking to
You
him.
have to put it in your bathtub or in a pail of water for 96 hours. Like,
You know what you got to do? Don't tell your wife you put it into a pail.
I'm just going to throw it in the bathtub and see if she notices.
The next day she comes in, there's like a fucking huge shark in there. Then Nikki'd be like, honey, have you listened to our episode on Jaws?
Welcome to a special Hour of Sour. We do these every now and again when we need to fill content. Phil. When we need to rob you of your sanity.
Phil.
We will start this by saying, I'm going to have surgery soon. Like I've been
Phil's
mentioning.
finally getting his dick
Cut off.
enlarged.
Oh. Cut off, then enlarged.
You cut off, then
And then
enlarged.
put back
You know
on.
what? They're going to cut it off, then they're going to add like some 10 inches of black dick to it and then sew it back on again.
That wouldn't be the weirdest dick a woman's seen.
It's true.
Yeah.
And again, I will go to my grave saying that while the vagina
Wondering where this is going.
is a weird looking thing, like you look at it, you're like, I don't know. Not that it's like ugly or anything, but you look at a vagina
I
and you're
think
like,
it's beautiful, Rob.
what's going on? Like there's parts of it that you're like, I don't know what the purpose of that is.
Like, can I fit my
I don't know
whole
what that's
face in
for.
there?
But then when you look at a penis is a stupid looking thing. Like it looks not stupid as in trying to say like any sort of statement on genitalia.
But we've also been bumbling around with it for our whole life.
It just looks dumb. It looks like
Like it's not
low
supposed to be
class.
there.
Like it's not very smart.
Yeah.
Like if you were to look at cavemen, you'd see the vagina and be like, wow. And then you look at a penis, you'd be like, it's just a dumb. And you understand what every part does. You understand, right? That's the dick part, and those are the balls. I get it. And then you look at a vagina and you're like, that's a labia. Maybe that is too. I think that's a clitoris. I think that's a womb. I think that's an ovulary.
I'm still wondering where the G-spot is.
Right? Like you can't see it. With the guys, everything's so obvious.
You have to like go up and inside and around and then like underground.
It's like a highway to hell.
Anyway, I'm having surgery, not for my penis,
Brag.
but weight loss surgery. I've mentioned it before. And things are chaotic currently because the schedule keeps changing. My diet keeps changing. And so we don't know when we'll have the show on. But yeah, next week.
Wow. So good luck in that, Phil. If you die, Al will replace you.
Al. That's a good replacement. I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
And I will say, regarding weight loss, I am...
There's another Al out there that's like, oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, man, here comes my time. I've started going back to the gym. I can't diet. Dieting is just not for me. I can exercise, I can fast, but I can't diet. I suck at it.
So did you do a bunch of running before? And that's
I
what
used to
got you
run a lot.
down
Yep.
quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. I enjoy running, but there's... Where I was in Brampton, there was always usually
Someone
outside of
watching out
Brampton.
the window.
That's right. But there was always like awesome forests and stuff. And I'm sure they're here in Kingston, but I just don't care enough.
You could drive to the Memorial Center and do the run there.
Yeah. But no, I've started going back to the gym, and it was funny.
A gym that I kept mentioning,
That's right.
the YMCA.
I was at Planet Fitness, and my reason for not liking Planet Fitness, like I love it. Planet Fitness is great, but I worked out in Brampton at the Y, so I know all the machines. I have my whole schedule and structure and whatnot down at the Y.
Did you ever take advantage of like the massage chairs or the massage bed with the hydro bed or whatever? Tanning.
I will take advantage of the sauna at the Y. I'll just sit there with my
I've never been in
nuts
the
hanging
sauna.
out.
Just
Yeah,
not
right.
my thing.
But, no,
but they do have a pool, Rob.
I was working on my what did I work on last Friday? I think I worked on my shoulders.
Your trats.
My shoulders and my back.
Trats.
And my bicep here, oh my God, I don't know what I did to it, but it was in agony. And then today, so I go today, and I have my whole schedule planned out. So Mondays are my chest. So I sit down, and I'm doing the bench press. And me, being an idiot, not having done this for like a year and a half, I'm like, I can And I was doing like 110 pounds before, which is not a lot, but still, whatever.
He overdid it.
And then I should have put on like 10 pounds. I put on 25 pounds. And I do the first set. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Then the second set, I'm like, oh, that kind of hurts. Then I do the third set. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in hell. And then I do this next one that my personal trainer, Mike, who I had in Brampton, showed me how to do. He calls it grabbing the butt, where you have the ropes and you pull them up like that. And it just works every single part of your chest. Dude, I was fucking hurting.
You have noodle arms? You were just like, oh, how did you drive home?
What was great
used your shoulders?
Karen was there on Sunday, and she was working our legs, and now her legs are on fire, so she won't walk anywhere in the house. Me, my chest is on fire, so I'm like, nobody touch me.
That's a horrible excuse. Give me this.
The first, I want to say 2 weeks. I'm going to be generous and say 2 weeks of starting an exercise routine and like with you, like a diet regimen and whatnot. It is misering. There is every part of your body feels like shit.
Yep.
You hate everything. You hate everyone. You don't want to do anything but sit in a fucking corner and cry.
Yeah.
Like
last week
terrible.
I started my 900 calorie days, and that's a lot less than I'm used to. I was like 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day.
I'll have 900 calories in a meal.
Yeah, exactly. It's very easy.
Yeah.
And so this is 900 calories divided by 4 meals. I'm still working on trying to do it in 4 meals.
Fuck.
It's very difficult, and the most difficult. Well, there's two most difficult part is I'm on. So normally you go on shakes to before your surgery, and it's like 2 to 6 weeks of shakes, depending on when your surgery is, depending on what your needs are. Just shakes. So just. She's upset.
Stop asking her about shakes.
Just protein shakes, and people go through hell because they're dragging, basically. There's no energy. So I can't do the shakes because last time I was on the shakes, I had gone through this process before. I had some kind of reaction to them, and we won't get into details on that. But I can't do them, so I do a modified diet now. So it's 900 calories for like a certain combination of like 1 egg yolk, 3 egg whites, and then, or I could have pork, or I can have chicken, or I could, whatever. But you have to season it, but not season it with anything fatty or sugary.
This chair can fuck off.
And this is Al. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, tell us about your yolk chair or yolked egg.
Yolk
chair.
The issue is I have basically, because of my likes in food in general and the modified diet, I have basically like 7, maybe 8 things I can just do combinations of, and it's
nothing wrong with that.
It's very difficult, and I'm lacking of energy.
It's once it becomes. When you're working on the habit forming, once it becomes a habit or just you do it without even thinking about it, it gets a lot easier. But it's building that habit. Yeah, for everything.
For
building
diet,
that habit is the hardest part.
For gym, for working out, anything. Once you start going, if you ever, I don't agree with the whole. Okay, I do agree with it, but the whole friend thing. Like people like, oh, I need a friend to get me to go. Like I get that, and I've been there too. But it's like, at some point, that's an excuse. You know, like you could just go yourself. And
what Phil's saying is he does not want to go with me to the gym.
No, my wife does it too, and I've done it in the past. It's just a scapegoat at the end of the day. But it's fun to go with a friend. Don't get me wrong. Like I hear you, and that'll help you go. But it shouldn't be your end, your be end and all.
Your be end?
Your behind.
That's when I'm working the most at the gym.
All that matters is starting, getting in there, like you were saying.
It's a habit.
And then making that a habit. Because once you start doing it, you feel great.
Yep.
You feel great. Get over that hump.
That's the hardest part, is you feel, while you're working out especially, you feel really good.
I don't feel great yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I won't.
Like right now,
But,
oh God, everything fucking hurts. But eventually, it'll be past that.
So I go from the 900 calorie diet.
See, this is where you'll get the super high pitched voice when you're like pencil thin. You'll be like, "Welcome to Watch and Complain."
Never be pencil thin. But I go from the 900 calorie diet straight to surgery, and the surgery takes basically my stomach and makes it like this,
Gross.
and then reorients tubes in a different way. It bypasses
Your colon.
your whole upper intestine.
Wow.
So you the issue there is you have to really chew things. You end up having issues with sugars and caffeine, stuff like that, where it's like if it doesn't digest
I
fast
made
enough.
fucking coffee and I forgot about it again.
Of course.
Fuck.
Anyway, after my surgery, I go straight into liquid diet, which I'm kind of like hoping for, like I can have anything liquid at that point, but only
Just like
small.
hamburgers.
Oh no! Put them in a blender. No, I can only have small amounts though, and like, it's gonna be
Wintering.
wait till the podcast when we come back, and I'm just gonna be miserable.
You know what we got to do though? We'll have to get you like an outfit that like stripes that makes you look like super duper thin.
If I get like thinner and I don't
wear,
have the
wear a green shirt like this and we can like superimpose like a fucking muscle body on you. There you go.
if I don't have, I'm gonna have to get new clothes. I don't have like 2XL things. I might have one shirt that's 2XL.
I was gonna say you might have 1XL but not 2XL.
And no XLs for sure.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that eventually I become XL.
I'm hoping that eventually I go back down to a large.
Which makes sense for...
Yeah, because I'm an XL now. Depending on the store, sometimes a 2XL. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going back down. And I think I will get there because there's always been arguing opinions of it. But science supports the ideology that the best way to get rid of fat is weight training because it burns your muscles and that's what burns the fat. So I'm hoping that's what does it.
My issue is that I would like to get into weight training as soon as possible, but there's no point because
you're not as cool as I am.
I can't do weight training for 6 months, I believe, until
how about
like after the
you
surgery.
come to the gym with me in the mornings
and just
I can
root you on?
Watch me.
I'll wear my cheerleader outfit
You watch
and embarrass you the whole time.
Oh, Rob, you're so buff. Look at those glutes.
If I give you that oomph. Hey, Phil, give me that oomph.
Phil, I'm going down, brother. Oh, shit. You can be like at the other side, and I'll be like,
I'll be
when
your...
I'm working out, and
I'll
then
be
you
your-
start singing the Real American.
I'll be your pallbearer.
Here you are. Just walk around the whole walk
Oh,
with a little
with a little
urn.
your mother's urn.
Mom's urn. Oh, I'm sorry, Mother.
Jesus.
We're going to hell.
You wanted
My
to-
mother couldn't figure out how to use YouTube, so there's no way her ghost is watching us.
That's not how that works. You wanted to talk about the Emmy nomination.
That's right. I'm excited about. Not excited is the wrong word. I think there are some actual people that deserve Emmy nominations, and a couple
People that don't.
And yeah, definitely some shows that don't. Some shows that just need to disappear. For best actor, I'm not.
Let's go. Let's do it in best drama.
Best drama has some great ones in it, and one.
Oh, is this all TV?
I believe so. Yeah, and one that definitely should not be there. The show Euphoria needs to disappear.
I've never seen it, so
It is one of the almost fantastically bad shows I think that I've ever seen. It's one of those shows where you ever watch a show and like a bad thing happens to a person, you're like, oh yeah, we've all been there. In Euphoria, every single bad thing that could happen to students in high school happens to them. So they get addicted to drugs and they become whores.
So
and
it's like a different version of Degrassi.
imagine Degrassi
On steroids.
That's on
Yeah,
steroids.
yeah.
It's such a bad show. The actors,
Degrassi did it well.
the actors are so subpar.
Yeah.
in
And I'm not
Euphoria.
talking about the new Degrassi.
And not to mention
old one.
in Euphoria, it's on Amazon or Apple, I don't care which, because they need to sell music. That's part of the show. You ever watch a movie and they have like a stinger from a song in it? Like great example, Taika Waititi with Guns N' Roses and Thor: Love and Thunder, and then in Thor he's doing "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin. He has like stingers of those songs, right, to get you pumped. with this fucking stupid Euphoria show. I watched the first season. I was like, never again. They'll have the entire song. So for like 3.5 minutes, you're watching a scene that you feel like is only the length it is, so you can hear the entire song.
It's another way of extending.
Selling. Yeah. Let's sell.
Oh, that's the series that was selling the music through. Yeah, I heard about that.
It's junk. It's a terrible show, so it needs to. And it's only there because it's got that Zendaya girl in it. It deals with woke, and it deals with trans, and it deals with shit.
And it got to be, what is it, viral.
Yeah, it's shit. Euphoria sucks, and I hope it disappears.
Going back to Degrassi, just a quick plug for Encore Plus.
I don't know what that is.
That is a YouTube channel, and the broadcaster, like the people who made it, I believe, and they have uploaded Degrassi High episodes.
Holy fuck.
And they've also uploaded
You heard it here first.
Ready or Not. Did you ever watch that?
Nope.
Busy Stevens.
What?
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Alan.
Al, look, Alan, you fuck.
Hey, I will call him by his whole name, just like his mother did.
But of all the ones that should win,
yeah, it's obvious.
See, that's
I'm
where
going on your bandwagon.
That's where I'm like, I don't know if it should be if it should be better, not Stranger Things, Jesus Christ. If it should be Better Call Saul or fucking Severance. Severance was really good.
I would say Yellow Jackets is better than Severance.
Really, eh? No,
to me,
I really enjoyed Yellow Jackets. Not as good as Severance, but I'm totally down for Better Call Saul to win because Better Call Saul has been the best thing I've watched in a while.
If Stranger Things wins, this is rigged.
Absolutely.
Like, I liked Stranger Things. It was fun. But it's no Squid Game.
Nope.
It's no
Stranger Things.
I'm guessing Better Call Saul.
Stranger Things time is done, and it was done last year. Or whatever, however many years ago season 3 was.
No, I think it has its place, and it has the fan following to keep being made. That's fine. But it's kind of like saying Walking Dead should get it. It's like, no, it's
But
forgotten.
it's also Stranger Things is now just, in my opinion, and I'm sure hundreds of billions of people disagree, Stranger Things is aping on its previous successes. It's not moving forward in any capacity. It's just doing the same thing over again. There's a new bad guy of the week, whereas Better Call Saul, Severance, Succession, these are shows that are dealing with new plot points every new season. You know what I mean? Like Succession, the one that just happened with all the kids being wrote out of the will. That was a fucking gut punch, good, man. Yeah. God, it was good.
But Better Call Saul seems like it's going to win.
Hope so.
I wouldn't be surprised if Squid Game gets it because of all the accolades, like all the viralness of it.
Which, again, fine, because it was a fantastically original show. Holy moly! It was a fantastically original show, but no, better. I hope Better Call Saul, and if Better Call Saul doesn't get it, I hope it goes to Severance.
All right.
Next, Philip.
I kind of hope Yellow Jackets gets it. I don't think they will.
Melanie Linsky gives me indescribable feelings in my pants.
When it comes to these things, there's like two camps in your brain. There's the one what I hope will, like what I want it to be, and then what I think it's going to be. So, drama lead actor.
I love how Bob Odenkirk is high out there
From Better Call Saul.
Bob Odenkirk
makes sense.
Again, if Bob Odenkirk doesn't get it, I'd really love to watch Jeremy Strong get it. I think Jeremy Strong did a better job than Adam Scott. Adam Scott really good, but Jeremy Strong is Kendall. Jesus Christ. From Succession, I totally blanked on their last name. He should. It would be cool.
Lee. I don't know how to say his name.
Jung Jae, probably.
It could be a Hung Hae. I don't know. I don't know how that's. It's probably Jung Jae or something. But he was amazing. He just got a role as in something either Marvel or Star Wars, maybe. I think you would know about it if it happened.
I don't know anything about fucking Star Wars.
But he just got a big role in like something common in the West.
Cool.
Which I am interested to see how that'll play out. If he's going to play like Korean. Or like it would be badass if they did like subtitles for like because they're starting to do that more where it's like it's not audio dub, it's not you learn English or you can't be in my movie. It's okay, just bring him in. He does his lines like Korean, like he's good at.
I think who we have to thank for that is streaming, because a lot of people are, even if the show is in English, they're watching shows with subtitles on.
Not this guy.
Because you're a fucking dork.
Audio dub all the way, even for anime.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So your choice is
Bob Odenkirk, and if Bob Odenkirk doesn't get it, Jeremy Strong.
Yeah, I don't have a horse in this. I would love Lee Jung Jae.
There are no horses in it.
Maybe one of them is hung like a horse.
I would love to see
drama lead actress.
Everybody wants Zendaya. I hope Zendaya and her show fuck off.
That's one of the. This is another one of those actors that you just can't stand.
You know what? I don't have anything against her as a person. I'm sure she's a lovely person. I don't think she can act to save her fucking life. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Not everybody is an actor. She's certainly better than I am. All I know is her show stinks. And I don't think she's a particularly good actress. I think the reason she's got the rating she does is name value alone. And because people have never seen Reese Witherspoon in the morning show, who I do not care for any Reese Witherspoon movies, but she really nailed it in the morning show. If I had to make a choice, I, of course, want my favorite woman of all time, Melanie Linsky, to win it because I'm in love with Melanie Linsky.
Who wouldn't be?
Oh, she is just
She was the one from, she was in, what's the comedy?
Yep. The What's the Comedy? It's a good one.
Just Dillian Scott. No, that's not it.
But she is...
What is it called? Will and Grace. Right?
I don't know. I look like a guy that
like
watched
the
Will and Grace?
secretary or something?
But she is she's gorgeous and she's just a wonderful woman. She looks like she is so enjoyable to get along with.
She's like, I have a little crush on her. Like,
yeah, oh fuck, I have a huge crush on her. She's gorgeous.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. The girl that portrays the younger version of her.
In what? Oh, in Yellow
Jackets.
No, I mean they're all wonderful actresses, but Melanie Linsky, I really like her. But and I wish Melanie Linsky would get it.
That would be amazing.
Followed by Laura Linney. Laura Linney in Ozark does an amazing job, dude.
Too many times in these award shows, they get swept away by Hollywood viralness, and instead
that's
of
why
like
I think Zendaya's
actual
gonna
talent,
get it, because it's all name recognition.
It's kind of like some of the awards where it's all like, oh, they paid for it. Okay, comedy.
Ooh. I think I really like the way this is divided up. Ted Lasso is wonderfully funny, but I don't know if so much Ted Lasso is funny as it is Jason Sudeikis is just so fucking good. But I will say, like, everybody in the show is really good. So maybe I'm going back on it. Ted Lasso is really good. Barry is really good. I love What We Do in Shadows. I watch that pretty religiously. But if I had, and Curb Your Enthusiasm is good, but Curb Your Enthusiasm again has had its day. I'm gonna agree with the Interzone here and go with Ted Lasso.
I haven't watched any of these.
Really?
Any of them?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I have no horse.
I have never watched Abbott Elementary, Hacks, or The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, primarily because I have no interest. But I'm sure they're wonderful shows.
Comedy lead actor.
I agree with the team. I believe it should go to Jason Sudeikis. He does an amazing job as Ted Lasso. If Jason Sudeikis for some reason doesn't get it, it should go to Bill Hader, who shows real dramatic chops as Barry in the titular Barry.
I don't watch any of these.
Do you know we do a podcast about television shows?
I know, and these are not any of my picks, are they? You love that I pick things that you can just complain about. Hence, watch and complain.
Click on it, dumbass.
I did. Comedy lead actress.
Oh boy.
Have you watched The Flight?
I have not. You know what? I have not watched any of these. Kaylee Cuoco, she's
Kaylee Cuoco. I liked from Big Bang.
That's right. She was Penny, I want to say.
She got so viral from that.
I never watched sorry, that's not true. I watched the first season of Big Bang Theory.
But did you watch Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter?
Nope. I don't like sitcoms, never watched them.
Oh, I love that show. But that's where I got introduced to her.
Wow.
Personally, no.
You met her like I met Melanie Linsky.
In your dreams?
Yep.
One night? Multiple nights?
I had
Every
8
night.
rules for Melanie Linsky, if you know what I'm saying.
So we don't have any horses in this one?
No, but I will say...
Fanning? What's the great? I have no idea.
Issa Rae should get it because she's on the bottom and she probably deserves it. Not deserves to be on the bottom, deserves the award.
Limited series.
Definitely not Pam and Tommy. Definitely not The Dropout. Dope Sick because Michael Keaton's performance was so good.
I didn't watch any of these.
Fuck you, loser.
I love
But
awards.
not at all Pam and Tommy. But I have
yeah.
heard a lot of people say that Pam and Tommy is super duper good, but just enough of Pam and Tommy. It'd be like, if someone made a movie about...
I did hear that it was good. Yeah.
If somebody made a movie about Madonna, like enough. I've had enough of Madonna.
I would like to see a really well done Britney Spears doc. Not doc, but docu-series.
Docu-series, yeah.
I think because now that she can speak out, if she could get a ghostwriter to write this and then she could sell it easy, I bet it's already in the process. Have that out there. Oh my goodness, I would watch that.
I don't know. I feel like her reputation's kind of toxic. But do it one more time.
I hate you. Oops, did it again.
Ah! That
was reaching.
And that concludes the only 3 songs I know by Britney Spears.
Guess what? See you next Tuesday.
No, it's If You Seek Amy.
Oh, you're right. How do you know that?
Where did I hear If You Seek Amy? I
Probably
can't remember.
through your
But I heard
wives.
it. I heard it somewhere.
A limited series lead actor.
Michael Keaton. Always Michael Keaton.
I heard he did well in that.
He is so fucking good.
Dope sick.
He's so good. Andrew Garfield is a wonderful actor, so if he was to win it, he could win it.
There's something about Sebastian Stan that I just not
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like I want to root for him, but then I'm just like
Something about keeps you from it. No, I totally understand that. But no, Michael Keaton. I love my Michael Keaton. He's my guy.
Yeah, I have
He's my guy.
all these stuff I don't
And I'm
know.
fucking annoyed that we're not going to see him in that shit Batgirl movie or the shitty Flash
Oh,
movie.
Station 11. We watched that.
Station 11. That movie sucked.
Hamish Patel was actually really good.
Fuck
So-
that. Show stinks. Subject matter stinks.
Oh, Emmy. Okay, it means they have had an Emmy before. Okay, I gotcha. Limited series lead actress.
Oh, for sure. You know who I want to go for.
Where is she?
Right.
Sarah Paulson. Yeah. Just looking for. I was first looking for what's his face. Adam Sandler. Yeah.
Adam Sandler in a limited series lead actress
I was
role.
first looking for it because you were so dismayed.
Yeah, I never saw any of these, but I heard Amanda Seyfried did a great job in The Dropout as Elizabeth Holmes lady.
I don't watch women on TV.
Toni Collette is a wonderful actress. You know what? Just because I've seen Toni Collette and other stuff that I've loved her in, I'm going to go Toni Collette.
Animated program.
I'm going Simpsons.
I know Arcane's going to win.
Really? I've never watched Arcane.
Arcane is so good, and I told you then that Arcane is so
You
good.
told me
you
nothing.
You should watch it because I think you'd like it.
Fuck that.
Second to me would be What If.
Simpsons.
But I don't think What If is a masterpiece, but I think it's fun. It's really good.
You know what should win instead of What If?
Rick and Morty's awesome too.
Simpsons. I will never watch Rick and Morty. Not because it's a horrible show. I'm sure all the people involved in it are good people, except the creator. The
I
creator
feel you
is
hate
a piece of shit.
You hate things that are obviously trying too hard.
I also hate Dan Harmon. I loved what he did with Community, and then I heard the kind of person that he is, and I was like, wow, I will never support anything Dan Harmon does moving
That
forward.
can ruin things. I can see that. I've never watched Bob's Burgers, and I won't watch Simpsons again because I find Simpsons annoying.
Well, Leslie got me into Bob's Burgers. I don't watch it religiously, but whenever it's on, I'll take a peek.
Competition program.
Not a clue.
This is.
I would
who
skip this. I've
cares?
never watched any of these.
Is there anything?
RuPaul's Drag Race is awesome because I love drag.
My wife loves it. You do that on Thursdays with me at Buskers.
Yep. I get
I made that.
interesting feelings in my
That's allowed.
area watching
Your
drag.
porn history has
Yep.
plenty of it.
But I think my favorite, and this is something I've discussed with friends of mine that like drag.
But we're getting into it.
Drag The great thing about drag is it's like Lady Gaga. It's so empowering. And even when you watch it, you feel empowered to be enjoying it. You know what I mean? I've never understood people that can look at drag and be like, that's gay. That's stupid.
I have a hot take, and it's not that take, but I don't like. This is gonna get me. This is gonna bite me. People are gonna hate me for this. I might do the.
People
TikTok.
hate you already.
I might put this on TikTok just to get the comments. But I don't like when people are obviously trying too hard when it comes to being gay or drag. I get the drag thing. I'm slightly uncomfortable around it just because I feel like it's just trying too hard. And I get the empowering thing. I get it. You don't have to defend it. I do get it. But it's just like, to me, it's an example of when gay people, certain gay people, not everyone, obviously, put on the act of being gay.
Yep.
And it's just like, and it becomes them because they want to do it. It's kind of like the Valley Girl thing when it becomes your character, but you have made it that way. That's not, I don't feel like that's you. I get that you would want, a lot of people have wanted to be themselves for so long, and they want to, and they've had to be inside. They had to hide it. And I get that once you come out and you feel comfortable, you want to become more comfortable and you just want to display as much as you can. I get that too. But I always hate when people do up and beyond where, and hate's a strong word, but up and beyond where it's just it feels too much of an act and then not to them.
Leslie had shared an amazing story with me one time. She worked with a guy who was gay and was very flamboyant, very flamboyantly gay.
Yeah, that's something that's
right. And he went to work somewhere else, and then he came back a few years later, and he was no longer very flamboyant. He was still gay, of course. But when one time it just came up in conversation, he says, when I came out as gay, I knew I was gay, but I didn't know what my identity was. Okay. So he says, I thought I saw all these flamboyant gay guys. I thought maybe that's what you're supposed to be as a gay dude. Mm-hmm. So he goes, I acted flamboyant. He goes, I'm not ashamed that I acted flamboyant, but I was trying to find my identity.
Kind of like how a straight dude feels like they have to act buff in certain situations.
That's right.
Yeah.
Until you're comfortable with, okay, here's where I am as a man,
Yeah, I can
and
just be
especially
myself.
when you're a younger man, trying to come to terms with your sexuality. There's all like, you're not allowed to like gay guys if you're going to be a fucking rough and tumble dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're trying to, because, there's no fucking.
Don't be a F word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And I was always taken by that because I wonder how many gay people, how many drag, transgender, or no, they're not transgender. I don't drag something. Is it drag queens? I guess they're just referred to as drag queens.
The ones who just dress up to be flamboyant.
Yeah, I think those are drag queens
and just want to let it all out.
Yeah, because
I
being
get
transgender, it's not transgender though. Oh my god, I'm whatever. Doesn't matter. My point is, there are some drag queens who are flamboyant and trying to prove that I'm proud, I'm me, I'm tough. That I don't like. But the drag queens that are like, let's have a party, like RuPaul. I love that. That is the fucking
You can
content.
often tell the difference.
You can, absolutely.
It's like you're putting on, like, instead of putting on a show just to have fun and be yourself, you're putting on a show to prove something. Mm-hmm. And or to be it ends up being like it's the peacock thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like you've gone from one side to the other and done like the exact same thing you were against.
Or you make fun of the guys who were like, oh, these fucking guys who have to prove they're the man's man.
Yeah.
And you're just doing it on the other side of things.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it was very eye-opening for me when Leslie shared that story. I'm like, it doesn't occur to you until someone explains it to you and you're like, now it makes perfect sense. And I don't know why I didn't see it before, but now I do.
I'm very much in the camp of people who are campy. No, I'm kidding. I'm very much in the camp of just being yourself. Yep. I don't care I don't think there should be labels. Just be yourself, like who you like.
No, I love labels
doesn't matter.
Because I love being able to say to someone, dude, if you didn't watch, or the reason I love, not labels as in gay and fucking sticker on the forehead and everything, but
you do that?
There's the people with my label making.
Hetero, but thinking.
Hetero ... question mark.
Yeah, we'll see.
But like you go up to people and they're like, have you ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? And they're like, yes. And then you get the people like, oh yes. You know what I mean? Like, you find people who are like, I totally got on board with that and I knew what they were doing and I had a ball. And then the people who watched it going, yeah, that Frankenfurter thing was kind of weird. Like, no, dude, Frankenfurter fucking rocked. And what Tim Curry did in that movie was awesome.
But they can genuinely not like the movie. It might not be because
definitely
of
possible. But I mean, the fact that he's such an integral part of that movie. My point is, like, for especially drag queens, and why I love drag queens, it's the
empowerment.
They're so flamboyant, and I love it, you know. And I think it's great, especially the ones that are proud of being who they are. The ones that are not proud of who they are and are pushing and trying to be proud of who they are, I don't like that. But the ones that are totally
the ones
how they do it are great.
Who do it really well make you feel jealous because you want to do the same thing.
That's
and
right.
You want to feel like what they're feeling.
And I love that.
It's kind of like strippers.
Yeah, but I love how proud drag queens are.
We're going to get in trouble for that too now, right?
It's great. Oh, proud. We're always in trouble. But no, love drag. So, yeah, RuPaul's Drag Race should win.
So if you'd like to comment on my opinions or his opinions, feel free.
Also, if you're a drag queen, please feel free to send us a video of you dancing and dragging it out.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Drama. Did we get... Well, we came back?
Oh, we're back to the start.
Is that it?
Fuck it all.
Where's sci-fi? They don't do that?
Nope. But we got to do...
Assholes.
What is the best sci-fi running? I'm going to go with Battlestar Galactica.
It's not...
Because I've been recently rewatching Battlestar. I just finished season 1 of Battlestar Galactica.
Can I... Before you stop... Because that's actually the next topic.
Shut up.
What are we currently watching?
Shut the front door.
I've never seen that. Is that on Canal Plus?
Hulu.
Is it on French TV?
Hulu. Quebec.
Canal Plus.
Quebec Plus. Canal TV.
Yeah. So you've been watching Battlestar Galactica. I'm very proud of you because
I watched
love
it before,
that one.
Dickweed.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you hadn't watched it.
Nope. No, I watched it before. I just watching it again. The second time around, I forgot.
Did you watch the whole thing the first time around?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot how goddamn good a show it is.
Battlestar was the original Game of Thrones.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you think about it. Like.
I like that it's not, what's the right word? It's not like Star Wars fantasy goofy.
It's a political drama in a sci-fi wrapper.
And the show the show owes all of its seriousness to Edward James Olmos as Captain Adama. He is so fucking good.
And Starbuck. I know. I just said that because I know you're gonna argue it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
Katie
Katie Sackhoff fan, but she's fine.
Got a.
I'd argue everybody in the show is good. There's not one actor that is bad.
She is popular with all the young men that watch that as geeks. You know.
She's fine.
She's the pinup girl.
I prefer Dee. Myself.
Which one's that?
Dee is she works. She's the one that calls whenever the people are whenever the fighters are out.
She's the black lady,
black girl, with very pretty eyes.
I can see that.
I like Dee a lot.
I like the Asian girl.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Boomer. Yeah, very good looking girl. But I mean,
I'd like to boom her.
They're also all of them are great actors, actresses.
Consensually.
Wonderful show. Love it very much.
I very much loved it, watched every episode, and I would watch it again, but I want it to be restored first and made into like 4K.
I haven't watched it yet because I'm saving all my 4Ks until I'm done all my DVDs and done all my TV shows. I bought the first 6 Star Trek movies in UHD.
And you said you were going to do
Yeah,
that.
so I'm really looking forward to that.
Downloaded, streamed. Haven't watched it yet. The first one.
There's Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yeah.
Because
I just want to see.
I will predict now you are going to hate.
Aren't these remastered in a way?
Some of them are. Yeah. Well, they're remastered for UHD for 4K. But there was,
not the version where it's like they add little monsters and.
No, that was a TV show. The TV show they redid a lot of the special effects, and it was great.
That's what I'm thinking about.
The TV show did great. They were really, really good. But with Star Trek Motion Picture, there are 2 versions. There's the original Motion Picture, and there's a director's cut version that Robert Wise put out.
Did that one just come out?
I think it did.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to watching that. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to watch Motion Picture, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck do you see in this movie?" It is. Very boring.
I think I've I know that I watched and enjoyed the whale one.
That's Star Trek 4. Yeah.
Okay. I know that because there's a whale in it.
There's 2 whales in it.
Oh, there we go. I haven't seen it in that long. I know I avoided Wrath of Kong. Khan, sorry.
The best of all of them.
The Wrath of Kong.
Wrath of Kong, where they fight Godzilla and Kong.
Anyway, I got into The Expanse. It took me, this is the 3rd time, trying to get into The
What
Expanse.
a good show.
No,
it's got to be good if it's the 3rd time getting into it.
It proves that sometimes you need to watch a show past more than like 4 episodes.
Yep.
Sometimes you watch a show and you watch the first episode and you're like, it's not for me.
Yep.
Okay, I did that and I watched maybe 2 episodes and was like, not for me.
Yep.
Then I tried again because everyone's talking about this show and going, oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I watch it and I get like 3 episodes. I'm like, yeah, I'm right.
I was right the first time.
Not for me. So I keep hearing how good this show is and I want something to watch while I'm like not doing other things, not trying to watch stuff for this podcast. And so So I go back and force myself and just to see if I can go longer than I did before. It's kind of like sex, but
but you know what? For our younger viewers, that is what married sex and especially trying to get pregnant sex is like.
Oh
it's
my God,
miserable.
it's a task. Anyway, I go past 4 episodes probably and I get hooked.
Nice.
And this show is so good.
I'll eventually watch it. It's on my to watch list. But yeah, I want to get through Battlestar Galactica. I've been watching a bunch of. I recently got a 4K Blu-ray player, so I
Did you get like a higher end one?
Sony one. Yeah.
I heard like it's so much better than. For instance, the Xbox Series X. You'd expect it to have a really good Blu-ray player. From what I hear, it's absolute dog shit.
I heard the same thing. Yeah, that's why I didn't get an Xbox Series X.
Microsoft does the movie side and TV side horribly, and I've unfortunately put money into starting like streaming, like buying the streaming rights to movies, and I went in the camp of Microsoft because I love my Series S. So I'm stuck there for a while, but they do dog shit in this thing. They have horrible codecs. They have horrible.
But apparently their streaming is spectacular. It's the hardware that's that's what I've heard.
Their software is shit.
Okay.
The streaming, yes. The how they stream it from their. I want to say it's Azure. Azure. That whole interface that they have, or however they're doing it, is amazing. That's how they do the gaming in the cloud. But their actual software, you'd expect it to be amazing on the Xbox. It's dog shit. It's like it's worse than what you'd get on like a bad smart TV.
No, I got a Sony. I did some check some reviews and just did a bunch of research, and this Sony one that I got was really recommended, and it's pretty bare bones. It can do like Netflix and Blu-rays, and that's it. But it does Dolby, it does surround sound, it does everything, right?
It specializes in the Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's just really and you know UHD Blu-rays look fucking incredible. But the whole reason I bought it, was one
Or
to watch
Jurassic
UHD
Park.
Blu-rays. Of course, exactly, because my favorite movie. But getting DVDs and watching with commentary, I love commentaries. And
The fact that you're playing DVDs in this high-end Blu-ray player is like.
But what I do like is I'm watching this weekend. I just trash the place.
Why did you put a pole in the middle?
I woke up early and I came downstairs and I watched Evil Dead with Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert's commentary, and then immediately started watching it again with Bruce Campbell's commentary, which was a lot of fun. And next I'm going to watch Inside Man with
red.
Spike Lee's commentary.
But I'm saving
Inside Man. Oh, a spectacular Spike Lee movie, man, with Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, Jodie Foster.
Story.
A guy breaks into a bank. It's a bunch of bank robbers.
Okay, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen it.
When it was in theaters.
Fuck off.
I think I was working there at the time.
But no, so that's what I've been watching. What have you been watching, Philip? Just The Expanse?
What would you like to say about Rings of Power? Are you keeping up?
I am. The second episode, definitely better than the first episode. That first episode, and I understand Jiro Tolkien is all about a lot of talking, right? Which is fine. I'm not saying I have a problem with it. But watching that first episode, I guess I was expecting a lot more. But that first episode was a lot of talking.
This feels like you're going to get to, like, in a normal show, you would get to the main
crux of the story.
Somewhere halfway through, let's say.
This first season.
Yep. Yes, you're right.
That's what it feels. It feels like it's
and
building.
it seems like you're going to get there in 5 seasons.
Yeah, it feels like it's building, but my fuck, is it a slow build?
They're long-terming it.
I will say that I am enjoying House of the Dragon more than I'm enjoying Rings of Power.
I'm going to get to that, but Rings of Power, the thing I like most about it are some of the scenes where they display like their camera, like how the quality of the quality.
It is you can tell that there's a lot of money in this show, man.
And they're streaming at a high bit rate. They must be, because it looks beautiful on my screen.
Not to mention, a lot of it is like, you can tell a lot of special effects, obviously, but there's also a lot of physical effects that are there. Like when they're going into like Rivendell and stuff like that, like it's a huge soundstage, and you can tell that everything is right there for them to touch. It makes it so much easier for the actors to work with. But I'm really impressed by the show. I just wish it hooked me a bit better, and for me, it just didn't hook me as. And
I wish it had a better.
It's moved at a quicker pace.
That's
man.
where we're going. Yeah. We're able.
House of the Dragon is doing it. House of the Dragon is doing.
House of the Dragon is doing amazing. There's one issue with Hells
of the Dragon.
Hells of the Dragon. There's one big issue for me, and even my wife is complaining about it. The CG blood.
Yeah,
there's so much CG blood, and it's not good.
Yeah, it's
shitty CG blood.
Yeah, I don't get why they do.
Just spray them with blood.
Yeah,
I know why they do it, so they can do multiple takes and they don't have to wash out whatever.
What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Bathe.
So it
take a shower.
Continuity. There's the word I'm looking for. But it was the same with Walking Dead, like the digital blood splatters. Like, dude, don't do that shit.
If you are going to do it, put money into it.
Yeah.
Like, I can see, even if it's half a second, that blood is shit.
Yep.
Not actual shit, because that would be more entertaining.
But
the show itself is amazing.
One thing I'm really impressed by that I thought on this show was going to be the death knell for me was Matt Smith. I thought Matt Smith would be like, oh, I'm just seeing Doctor Who. He is great.
He's growing on me.
He is very good.
I think it's hard for us because of the Doctor Who, and then going to Carnage. Was it Carnage?
No,
Venom.
No, Venom. Morbius.
Crappy Morbius. That was really shitty. He did a great job in it.
He was also in Terminator Genesis. He was.
But going
Skynet.
from those characters and bouncing around, being completely different. Like, they're all eccentric.
I think for me, it's always the Doctor because of who he was. The Doctor, the crazy nutcase that he was, and seeing him as this, that was going to be the hard sell. But he's been the first shows waned a little bit.
Who is my favorite character? Second favorite character.
I'm going to say that your favorite character is Rhaenyra, the princess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, who's my second?
Second. I'm going to say your second would be Viserys.
Which one? Is that the
The
king?
man, the king.
You're right.
Yeah. See, I'm so smart.
You're good. I love the acting in this.
Yeah.
From those
Really
in
impressive.
particular. Like,
I really like the last episode where Matt Damon didn't say anything. So good.
Okay, because they just released an episode, so I didn't watch the one that
sorry,
just came out.
not the most recent. But
Okay,
number 3,
the battle.
the battle.
Okay, yes, yeah, that one was good. That was really entertaining. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Is it that my ass hurts because of this chair?
What's the princess's love interest? The guy who's the knight.
The knight. Yep.
Awful.
You think so?
I do think so. I think he's just a trope of a character. He's just there, and he doesn't. There's nothing that attracts me to him.
I think he's there to be
Killed.
No, to be eventually yes, but to be very. He just
we're going past an hour.
He just waits in arms for Rhaenyra, because that's why that Jason Lannister that came up that the king wants to promise her to is such an egotistical, annoying asshole. That's why Laenor, the guy that works with the sea serpent's brother, is such an asshole. Like, they're showing you all these assholes, and they want the one guy, I can't remember his name now, it escapes me, to be such a nice guy that she gets along with.
Well, I think they're gonna go even they're gonna totally swerve you, and they're not gonna go with the ego. They're not gonna end up going with the knight. They're gonna be like, oh, this other guy, and that I think it's gonna be the white-haired dude's son.
Leslie had a great idea. She was like, what if it's fucking Daemon? What if she marries Matt Smith, her uncle? Because that's, remember what the Targaryens did, right?
But didn't they in this episode that we both
Hightower wanted her to marry her brother.
Yeah, the younger one.
Yep.
Which is not weird for the time because it's just standing.
But they've also said that's what the Targaryens did. They kept their bloodline by marrying each other.
I think she's going to be the one that veers away, and she's going to want to choose for herself. And this is all going to be part of that whole thing where it's like, you got to take the heir.
You take the
title
good, you
away.
take the bad, you take the dragon, then you have the facts of life.
You got to take the heir title away from her. It's not working. Put it on your son. She's going to be against you. She's always going to be against you. And it's going to be like this division.
I feel like she's just being Daemon. But who knows? We'll see where the show goes. I'm very much enjoying it.
There's a spinoff. Being Daemon.
Being Daemon.
Coming to the WB.
Daemon processes.
I wanted to ask you a question, and I've already asked you. So
9.5 inches.
Ew.
After the
Birth.
After surgery.
Okay. In hindsight, after letting it sit in, upon further thought, after you've watched a movie or TV show, have you changed your review on whatever that is? Do you have any examples?
Not of any of the shows we watched. But there was one show. I'm not very unique with it. I think everybody felt the same way, save for a couple of people. So we all saw Reservoir Dogs, and we're all like, holy fuck, Reservoir Dogs is awesome.
Never seen it.
Then we saw Pulp Fiction. We're like, this is
Never
the
seen
best fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. And then Jackie Brown came out. And we all went to the theater expecting Jackie Brown to be like another Pulp Fiction. And it is a very different movie than Pulp Fiction. And I was caught up at the time with the age that I was and the idiot that I was, that I was like, Jackie Brown fucking sucks. And then I've gone back to rewatch Jackie Brown, and it is such a good fucking movie that I am astounded by how good it is and why I didn't see it before. So that's a movie that I went back. It took me like 2 or 3 tries to go back and be like, oh, he's not trying to do Pulp Fiction. He's trying to do something totally different than Pulp Fiction. And this works. This really, really works. So really enjoyed. Initially did not like it, and then came back and I was like, no, this is good. Really enjoyed Jackie Brown. And an actor, I will say, that I initially did not like.
Changed your ways, yeah.
But won me over.
Adam Sandler.
That's right. Adam Sandler. I think he's just so great. I don't want him to die of the worst kind of cancer. But no, Leonardo DiCaprio. When I first started watching, I'm like, ugh, this guy sucks. And I saw him in Basketball Diaries. I'm like, it's all right. I saw What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And I was like, it's all right. But then that terrible Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet and Titanic came out, and there was the whole Leonardo fever. But then when
I think I enjoyed Romeo and Juliet.
well, when he started coming out with his Scorsese movies, and then he did The Revenant, and then he did. I'm like, this guy's pretty. And even like Catch Me If You Can, stuff like that. I was like, I kind of like this guy, and he's a guy that definitely won me over.
Is The Revenant worth it?
I
still have
enjoyed
not
The
watched
Revenant.
that. That's one that
That's a
I
movie
may like
too that you
so.
got to watch in 4K because of especially all the outdoor stuff. Looks incredible. But a show, one last one, Dick.
We can go back
that
and forth.
as a parent, and I'm sure you had to go through
Apparently,
this too.
what?
There are some movies that you had to watch 600 times in a row.
Yeah.
One that we had to watch 600 times that has, you think in your head when you remember it, you think it's going to have rewatchability, but then when you need to rewatch it over and over, it does not. Is the movie Shrek? It
Passion
has.
of the Christ.
I wonder if he'll get away this time. But Shrek has no rewatchability factor. Second one does.
I agree with you.
First one does not. And I remember watching Shrek when the boys wanted to rewatch. I think it was Dexter that wanted to rewatch all the time. And it was like, holy moly, this movie stinks. Great the first time. And then when you think back on it, you're like, I remember that little fun scene. And then you watch it and you're like, this is boring. The animation's actually kind of shitty. Like, I'm not digging it.
Yeah. Oh, I hate going back to some of the animated stuff and going, oh.
Especially the first Toy Story.
It doesn't
You go back
hold
to
up
it,
in
you're
my
like,
brain.
whoa, that doesn't hold up.
I will say Jurassic World Dominion. You remember how I reviewed it, and I said I got the badness of it, but I still had a great time just enjoying it for the Jurassic Parkness.
I'm stopping you.
It worked.
See, that's how you know that it fucking works.
But watching it again, I was just like, I can't. It's just, I can't. This isn't a good movie. Nope. Nope is on my list.
Really?
But I think it's better.
Oh, really? You rewatched it already?
I thought it was great. I thought it was like an 8 out of 10. I think it's now like a 9 out of 10. I haven't rewatched it yet. But upon further
I'm
thought,
rethinking about it. And that's what makes it a good movie. Is when
Yeah.
you rethink. When a movie sits in your fucking brain and you think about it, that to me is always what makes a good movie.
so like those are two examples that I could think of off the top of my head. I just find it interesting, and there'll be slight versions of this for everything you watch.
Yep.
And you'll be like, oh, like we review it typically a couple days after we've watched it, which is great. But if we review it like right after, I think we'd have like slightly different opinions because we hear different things.
Well, you might say
look it up.
We use Barbarians, the example. That movie fucking sucks. And then when it comes to like Netflix and we're watching, we're like,
It still fucking sucks.
It's not that bad.
No, it's
But
still.
I'm not. But I'm saying as an example, like that's a movie.
Not a
that
good example.
We'd initially review it, be like, it was garbage, and then after we watched a whole bunch of otother garbage, and then we watch it, we're like, maybe it wasn't that bad. But no, that one is garbage.
Maybe a good example would be Ghostbusters 2. Where it's like you would originally, as a Ghostbusters fan, you would love it, or even Afterlife.
Oh, Afterlife was junk.
It was junk. Like after the fact, it's hard for me to watch it.
Yeah, when I first watched Afterlife, I'm like, I'm never gonna watch this again. This is so bad. And then when Harold Ramis shows up at the end as Ghost, I was like, this is embarrassingly bad. And there's bad and embarrassingly bad, and embarrassingly bad is something I never want to watch again because it makes me feel embarrassed for everybody.
Like
involved.
the female version of the Ghostbusters where they were like dancing in the street and stuff.
You feel embarrassed for the actors because you're like, oh my God, like you have so much more talent than this. Most of you have so much more talent than this.
We wanted to do TikTok comments, but
We'll save that for next time.
I don't have it up, and it would take a while.
Can't get it up.
I can't get it up. No,
Is it because of TikTok? I will say one TikTok comment.
I am so out of energy.
My wife.
Look at I'm red. Like
So we were in the car, and my wife brought up one of our TikTok videos, and she went to the comment section.
Which one?
I can't remember.
Not OnlyFans. Our TikTok.
Not our OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah, not that one where we're fucking each other up the ass. But some guy said that he has lost brain cells listening to this guy talk referencing me, and I was like, I love comments that take some intelligence to write out, because you'll notice that every mean thing I say on, I don't say anything on TikTok, but every mean thing I put on Reddit or I put on Instagram or whatever, they all have I'm not just like, this fucking sucks. Like you need to really think of a good insult. And this guy's insult of I've lost brain cells. Listen to this guy. That made me fucking laugh. There was one that we talked about. How's the Dragon?
I'm trying to log in, but you will see.
And a guy said that
Sorry.
we're just.
You ever have a TikTok or Instagram moment
No.
where
How often do you think I'm logging into fucking TikTok?
you are an Instagrammer?
But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, this guy said
You're me.
We were on. He was watching our House of the Dragon episode, and he said, "You guys are just fucking carrying like the democratic fucking opinion of the government." And I'm like, "What?" And then he said that black people can't have white hair. And I was like, "What?"
It just isn't working.
Fuck that shit. We'll watch it later, and we'll have some good comments. But that one where the guy said, "I've lost brain cells. Listen to this guy." That was good. So if you're out there, I know you're not watching this.
Thank you for insulting
But if you're
us.
out there, that was a good insult, and I salute you. So thank you for watching Power of the Sour Hour with Philip and RuPaul. And
When I come back, I will look slightly different.
how?
I'll be a female.
You're going to have a wig.
I'm going for that surgery,
We should
which
get
is
you
fine.
a wig.
Yeah, okay, you do that. You got me.
How about
this
we
shark.
shave your back hair?
How
and
about
put it
we
on your
just
head?
put this on my head?
But grow it.
Let's do editing. We'll put it in water. We'll come back 92 hours later.
Idiot.
It'll be like hanging off like a dong.
Like a dog.
Well, they end up being like wobbly dongs. That's why I buy them.
Okay. I don't like wobbly dongs. Anyway, thank you for watching our program. Like and subscribe. Nobody's here by now. Like, there's no way anybody's still watching this.
If you are watching this still,
We salute you.
say abracadabra in the comments anywhere you're watching.
We are sorry that you've been watching.